I'm getting a quick idea. We're still stuck in line here. Get another greeny transition from here to there. I'm gonna really enjoy these colors. Things went wrong, and quite frankly, the movie was really fun. Hi guys, we're getting ready to go to the drive-in. We're at the pet store, of course, and I'm getting ready to cast on 2 at a time socks. Hi. But first, candy. It's probably gonna be really dark, so very soon. So there's not much more time to record, but I keep finding this little sucker in my purse. I'm at my pocket. I keep finding them in my pocket. And I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to cast on a sock super fast. I just have to decide on the colors. Right, so this is the mini. It's a very special mini from the collection that I recently received, and I know this is what I want to end up with. That's how I want to end my sock. I want the cuff to be all this one, not my toe. First I thought it was going to be my toe. It's not my toes, it's going to be my cuff. I don't want it inside my shoe. This is a very special mini. So I grabbed all my other minis, and this time I want slightly more, I don't know, contrasting. I want different colors in there. This is not a lot. It'll probably just barely be enough for the toes. So I might start with this one. I love this one. This is from a Halloween collection from, I can't remember when. Yeah, Halloween 2017. Oh, it's beautiful. I want it so bad. Look at that. I might use a lot of these little minis. These are what, 5 grams? All the other ones are 10 grams. So these are 10 grams and these are 5 grams. And I really never felt like the 5 grams were enough for much of anything. So, and I don't really know why I said that, because, well, I've never used them for anything. I've never bought them. So I bought them in 2017. I honestly never really knew what I could possibly do with them. Because what could you possibly do with 5 grams? We're gonna find out. A toe. Hopefully 2. Hopefully 2 toes. No, I don't think it'll be enough for 2 heels or support. I don't know what it's enough for, but we'll see. Okay? Okay, so we're here. We made it. And now we're just stuck. It happens every time we come to the drive-in. You just get stuck until they get all the cars in, and it takes a minute. And this is where I take the time to knit. Everybody always asks, how do you have that kind of time? I don't. You just saw me rushing around. Well, maybe you didn't really see me rushing around, but we were rushing around. We rushed out of the house. We rushed to the store. We rushed to the pet store, to the dollar store to grab some candies. We get here. And then I knit. Sometimes I don't, like, I'll bring my knitting and then I just won't do it. But today is a different day. But I kind of really want to do a pattern since I'm recording. And this is going to be part of being Sheeple. I want to go hunt somebody down right now and grab a little pattern that I could use in the socks. I'm really leaning towards the blue waffle stitch right now. And I can't remember where I got that from a long time ago. And I don't know if it'll fit on the socks. It might. I think it'll look cute. I'm going to go look it up and see who it's by. And I think I might incorporate that into the socks. I'm obsessed with minis right now. I can't even tell you. With using my minis in my socks. That's what I'm obsessed with. It is so fun. I hope I'm able to capture how fun it is. Am I being weird? I think I'm being weird. Alright, so I'm getting a quick idea. We're still stuck in line here. I'm getting a quick idea of what I'm going to do. I'm definitely starting my toe in that. And I want to do some sort of gradient from here to there. I want to end with blue. I feel like I need another greeny, some green with blue to transition from here to there. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find that somewhere. But I feel like I can get started now. This is going to be a really fun sock, I think. I'm going to really enjoy these colors.
For sure.
Are you turning it on? That was fun. I didn't get any knitting done. So this is about all I got done during Mission Impossible. I did a good job, actually, casting on fully in the dark using Judy's magic cast on. Somebody's magic cast on was magical because you couldn't see it in the dark. But I don't know. I'll have to look at this when I get home. I'm not sure. Oh, this is terrible. But I couldn't keep going because my count is off and I'm sure things went wrong. And quite frankly, the movie was really fun. Couldn't concentrate. It was crazy. Good morning, Saren. She's in my seat. And I don't want to bug her, but I think I did disturb her because she moved already. Alright. So, last night I went to the movies and I put on my toes. And that happened. But that little nub sometimes can happen even if you are looking and paying attention. I did Judy's magic cast on I don't know how many times in the dark. And it worked. I tried many times while I was watching the movie. We watched Mission Impossible. It was not a good idea. It was not a good idea. But I did do it. I gave up just about there because at that point I was no longer sure, maybe about there. At that point I was no longer sure that I had the right count, that I was on the right side, which side was left, which side was right. For some reason I always feel like I need to know that. So when I got home, I was able to place my little stitch marker and I saw that everything went well, and that's it. I'm gonna keep on going. I think I'm ready to start incorporating a new little mini, and I grabbed this one because I want to keep the purple thing going for a little bit, and I'm going to try and see if I can fade out of the purple and into something else. I'm going to try and follow some like more of the warm versus cool color concept. So I'm going to go look something up. I know Angela Mowry has some information about that. I've seen some videos of her talking about that sort of concept, probably at the Do You Knit local yarn store in, I think it's Jersey. I think that's where Do You Knit is at, but she's got a really great Instagram presence, and I follow her a lot because she has a lot of great people in her shop, and they have a lot of great tips like that. So I'm gonna go see if I can find something regarding that warm versus cool concept. See, what I'm not sure of is this considered a cool color and that considered a warm color, or is this considered, you know, a warm color and that's considered a cool color? Or are these both cool color? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I kind of always just gone with the flow, with whatever colors I want to see and I think will look pretty. But this time I would like to follow someone else's instructions. Are you ready for some knitting, Saren? Do you mind? Can I have my seat back? I guess I could use the other side of the sofa. Aren't you a pretty kitty? I'm so excited. I'm at Daiso. I haven't been here for months. Months and months, I'm telling you. For all my complaining about living in Upland, it is gorgeous up here. It's not. It's beautiful. Right, so we're home now. We're gonna chill out and nerd out while I knit my little heart out. Did you like that? I liked it.
Actually trigger and I'll tap all my mana, so it'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage directly to you.
Okay. Before you even can incorporate the dragons? Alright, so out of 13. Josh has won! Lord Windgrace.
So it's time for a little update. I was sitting here agonizing most of the evening thinking, I don't actually want to do a pattern. I don't know why. I love doing my socks this way right now. I'm totally obsessed. So I am just going to do a little bit of the blending throughout my sock in the different colors of the minis. Sorry, I don't know what. I was experimenting. I did learn something earlier today. I quickly just sort of did a YouTube search on the Find Your Fade and some of the techniques, and I really, honestly, I did not get much out of it except that, well, before I started searching, I was like, you know, maybe instead of worrying about the hot and the cold, I should kind of just, you know, take some of the minis out and put them side by side. Not this way, you know, but unravel them. And unravel them and put them together and see how it'll look that way. You know, like they might just, you might get a different picture going from here to here, for example. You know, that looks cool. I know I ultimately want to end up here. That's where I want to be. That's my goal, is to get to this. I might not make it quite the way I want. Might not get there exactly the way that I want to get there, but that's what I want to do. And since I don't really ever make much of a plan to go this far, to take them apart and unravel them, that's a lot of planning involved, and I've never done that before. I'm kind of used to just going with the flow. Oh my gosh, I just realized this was my mini, and it's beautiful. I'm definitely going to use that in this. Definitely using my Halloween mini here somewhere, just not sure where. Anyhow, so after I got all done having those crazy thoughts, I started searching because I really just wanted to find out, like, come on now, I gotta get it together. Like, I have to come up with a better plan. And when I started searching, this is another Doctor Who. When I started searching on YouTube, I came across Angela Mari. I think is it Angela Mari? Mari. That's her last name for sure. And she suggested that we do the same thing. That you unravel it and you put them together and you can plan your fade that way better. And see how I don't like this? I don't like this next to that, but I don't mind it next to this. So this is, I like it. I like doing it this way. I like planning this kind of side by side. That like makes such a big difference. I wish I had more of this color. So I'm probably going to keep on doing this. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep on going and see where this takes me. I hope it works out. I always freak out and think I'm not going to do a good job, and then I end up with like something fabulous at the end. So I'm always upset and stressed during the whole knitting process. And then at the end, when I'm done, I have this beautiful relief and release when I see how pretty everything looks. But dealing with the anxiety from here to there, ugh, it's ugly. It's really ugly. It's a horrible feeling that you just want to go away. So I'm hoping that maybe a little bit more control will help that kind of feeling go away. Alright, so I've been here a while now trying to plan this out, and it does feel a little bit stressful to actually plan, but I think I've got it down. I still would love for my colorway to end up at the top, but that's not going to happen. It's going to have to be Laura's Doctor Who. This is from the Doctor Who collection. I think that will look better. So that's the one I'm working on right now. This is Laura's purple. This one was my Halloween colorway. This is Rumi's Sci-Fi Swap. I think this is, let's see, Jessica something from the Halloween collection. And like, I know it's kind of a hard transition, but it's just gonna have to work because this is what I've got. So Laura's Halloween, my dragons Halloween. That works, right? Because there's, I think it does. I didn't take them all apart because I need to be able to tell. Like, these two will go okay next to each other, but I can't take them all apart because then I won't know what's what. So I'm so crafty, Halloween, and then from there we'll transition into these colors. I think that'll be okay. That's pretty good. Like, that's a good plan. Some contenders, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say contenders. Some potential replacements somewhere in there could be some of these, which are just gorgeous. I really, really love playing with these minis, and I'm really, really enjoying using them in socks. This is so, so fun. It's so much more fun than the square blanket that I've been working on for so many years. What is it called? The memory squares? It's so much better. Doing little blended socks is so much more fun. I can't begin to tell you guys. It's so much more fun doing this than those little memory squares. I don't know why. So I'm going to put these away for now and keep on going. Next up is this one. I'm excited. If I planned things like that, they just wouldn't happen. Right. So, we woke up and decided we needed a dog in our lives. Spoiler alert. First, breakfast, and then it's time for a dog. to rethink this part of the fade. This isn't gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to take the red out. Hi, babies.
Aren't you a beautiful boy? You one. You magnificent beasts.
It's a lot of kids in one area. Hey. Well, we're at the animal shelter in Riverside. They're doing a clear the shelter event this weekend. So it's like $25 to adopt a pet, a cat or a dog here, and the news is here. They've been broadcasting on this pretty much all day, and well, here we are adopting a pet. In the meantime, I am having a crisis. Whoops, I dropped with this pattern that I decided to add to my socks. This is the Scatterby pattern by Amy something singer. I don't know, I could be wrong, and it's a lovely pattern. However, my yarn is lost in the pattern, or the pattern is actually lost in my yarn. And so what I did was I decided that I'm going to frog it back. That's what we're doing. So in order to do that, this time, instead of just frogging it all the way or ripping it all the way back and then picking up the stitches, I thought that I would try something different and do, like, you know, that afterthought heel type thing. I don't know. I've never done it, but I've only ever heard of how it's done. And obviously, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out you should pick up the right stitch if you want to pick up stitches and then just rip everything back until you get to that point. Theoretically, I should be able to just start knitting as soon as I am done ripping it back. So we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm waiting for my baby to come out. We just adopted a dog. I wonder if I should stand in line. Yes! There he is, there's my baby!
Thank you. And like I said, anytime, if you see, look on our website, it's free every day for you. So just let us, like, if you see when you like, yeah, we saw a beautiful box of Mexican.
So it looks like the dog is gonna have to spend the week here because he still has to be fixed. So that's a little disappointing, but it's okay. I think he's gonna be all right. We're really excited. I haven't had a dog for years. This is a really long line that we're having to stand in. So guess what I'm gonna do? Bye, Scatterby. I loved you. I'm gonna do it in a different sock. Maybe something without as much of a color variation as the socks that I have. There's such pretty colors in my yarn. I don't want to lose it. I want it to look pretty, and I want it to look the way I want it to look. So, also, the fit wasn't great. This Scatterby pattern is really cool, but it does tend to make your socks a little bit more fitted. So leaving those extra stitches after the heel turn would have been just fine. I should have just left them in, and I probably would have had a better fit, and maybe I would have enjoyed the way the pattern looked on my feet. regardless, but as tight as it was and the way that the sock fit with the pattern being lost and everything is just wasn't gonna work for me. So it's a beautiful day, guys, for a pet adoption. But I'm gonna get to work on these socks while I'm standing in this really long line. So here's where this didn't work out for me. It would have been perfect. Would have been great. I don't know what happened. I'll figure it out later. Alright, I got it. I had picked up on the way around over here, I picked up a couple stitches from the previous row, and that's what created the problem. So I fixed it. Now we're in the starting position. This is actually, if I hadn't done that, this would have worked out just fine. But it took me a lot longer to do it this way than the way I normally would. But at least I know they're even, and yeah, gonna keep going now. Just a straight stockinette. So boring, but all the beautiful colors will shine so much better. Oh my goodness, look at these little baby buns. Oh, so many bunnies.
The gerbils.
I think they're called gerbils.
Oh, gerbils. You got adopted?
Gerbils.
Adopted.
So many animals are adopted here today. Our baby's coming home in a week. This was so exciting. Wow. I'm about to run out of battery. This is an amazing facility. Really clean, really great. They do a great job. Right, so we're all done. We washed and dried or blocked our socks, and that's it. That's all we have. I'm super excited. They look so beautiful, but I'm mostly excited about the doggy that we're going to be welcoming home very, very soon. Should be this week. I know this is like a kind of weird the way I've been working these videos out, but I'm hoping that it works. I really want to continue trying to just sort of log my progress and my finished product in the same video. It might not always be sweaters, but it'll be whatever it is that I'm working on. I think I'm not going to make any promises as to what's next, but I'm probably going to have some more finished objects for current whips that I'm working on, and I might lump a few of those into one video just to get them out of the way. And that's if I'm going to do it or I might have some stuffed frog. I don't know, whatever it is that I'm feeling up to doing. So I'll just quickly go over some of like the key points on my socks. Obviously, the 5-gram mini that I did was enough to do the tippy toes of my socks, which was really nice actually, that you can just sort of work from both ends of your 5-gram mini on a 2 at a time toe up sock and just work that little bit of the toe, and it's beautiful. I really love the way that turned out. I probably need bigger sock blockers, maybe, but that's the 5-gram mini right up about there. It's a really decent amount, and I didn't know that I could do that before, so I might use more of those little minis in my heels and my toes. Of course, I'd have to combine maybe a couple, so 10 grams for a toe, for 2 toes is good. Possibly 10 grams is also good for 2 heels, I think. But so I'll tell you something, nothing really worked out the way I intended. I think I kind of didn't like this sort of, it's hard to see in this current lighting, but this is more of a green sort of transition, and I didn't transition these colors well. I didn't blend them well, because it's at this point that we were hunting for a dog, and I think I was just nervous, and I just kept, you know, messing things up. And I tried to stick in that other pattern that I can't remember the name of right now, the Scatterby socks. It's a lovely pattern. And when the pattern tells you that it's easy to memorize, that was no joke. It is phenomenally easy to memorize. It's the Scatterby socks pattern by Amy Stringer, not Amy Singer. I remember I said that. I have a terrible memory. But you guys, this is gorgeous. I think if I either dye myself up a skein like this or buy one, I think I'm going to use this pattern because it's really lovely. I really like the way that it comes out. But I think that it was clear to see that my yarn, the yarn that I was using, actually was, it just hid the pattern. So that was not very successful. And tearing that back, it wasn't so bad. It didn't really hurt very much. I think when I get so happy when I'm working with such colorful yarn, and then you go through one 10-gram mini and start adding the next one, like before you know it, you don't even realize that you're almost out of yarn, and you just have to transition to the next color. And it's, unfortunately, I had to make some hard transitions here because I was no longer in the right frame of mind to make any sort of like decisions. So I kind of lost my mind a little bit, which is fine. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. These are socks for me. I'm not going to give them to anybody else. And I think even if I did give them to somebody, I really wouldn't care. I don't care. One of the problems that I have with it is maybe I get this jog here, and I normally don't get a jog. I'm telling you, I kind of lost my mind towards the end because we're just excited and we were kind of stressed, and this whole thing kind of started, I think, when we dropped off that cat. And even though we said we didn't have room for the cat, I mean, we really didn't. We don't have room for another cat. But it's not because we don't have the space for it. It's because the cats won't be comfortable with it. We're hoping, crossing our fingers, that they'll be comfortable with the doggy. I think you know, if anything, it might not work out. And if that happens, then we have to do what we have to do. But ultimately, our new little companion is destined to be a service dog. And, well, I have my own opinions about that whole business, but there is no place for that here. Because today, all we're doing is talking about our yarny stuff. So, yeah, the dog is coming this week, and we're super excited, and I'm sure I'll feature him in episode 3. I don't know, I don't keep track of the numbers. I only just got started and I still can't track the numbers. But, yeah. So, we're really looking forward to that. The last thing that I'll mention about my Sawuk is the heel. I don't know if you can tell, but I did the heel. This is one mini skein. I think this is 1 5 gram. And this is another one. Or maybe it was part of this one. I don't know. So I might have started this one somewhere down here. I don't know. I don't know, but I thought that was the most amazing thing I've ever done. And I started thinking, have I ever seen anyone else do a German short row and only do half the German short row where they're wrapping the first set of stitches before turning the heel? Half of that in one color and the other half in another. And I was like, oh, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Well, I'm pretty sure I have. I'm pretty sure I have. So it wasn't like, you know, I created something. But gosh, it felt so good to be using one color and go, oh no, I am going to run out. I'm going to have no choice but to make a hard transition. It all started in the heel because I made that hard transition from one color to the next literally at the turning point. Like I'm at the point where I'm going to start picking up my wraps, and right there, halfway through getting to the pick up the wraps section, I had to switch out my yarn. I was utterly shocked. I didn't think that I'd ever be able to do something like that, and I did. It was really, really easy. So I'm so happy with these socks, and even though I had to tear away that Scatterby sock section, the rest of it knit up super fast, and that is probably small. It's small. And I also left out the whole main little skein that I was intending on using way up at the top, because ultimately I like them just the way they are. I didn't want to add any more colors to it, and I didn't want to add any more length to it. I didn't even realize how long they were. Had I added that extra last little skein that I meant to, actually I think I took out 2 mini skeins as well. But had I added that extra skein, it just wouldn't have worked. I think the colors wouldn't have blended nicely. I don't think it would have tied it off as nicely as I wanted it to. So I think I'm going to have other plans for that little mini skein. It is, I love that color, so I really can't wait to use it in a pair of socks. So anyway, that's it, you guys. I had a lot of fun knitting up these socks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna ask for some prayers here, because I really want it to work out with this beautiful little dog. He's gorgeous, he's sweet and charming, and I really hope he fits in to our 3 cats, 2 bunnies household. That is going to be really tough, but it's going to get a lot of training and a lot of love, and I can't even begin to tell you how excited we are. And we really hope that it works out. So keep us in your thoughts. See you next time, and take care. Bye.